So tell me about Jawan Pass.
I finally can talk about him after that
Great.
fax came through. Just it's about relationships, man. I really appreciate, the maturity level of the kid. That he didn't play any games with us. He obviously took a huge visit a couple of weeks ago, but he said, man, I'm going to check it out, but I'm coming. This is where I'm going to school. So, where a lot of kids, have you sweating, especially that's that level of player or that heavily recruited, he has you sweating on today. He didn't. We knew where he was going. As a matter of fact, he helped me out with the kid, late last night. He had to call the kid for me to make sure that things were okay.
His mom was talking a lot about how special it is that he would communicate with you guys and be honest and open and upfront with you guys. I mean, how rare truly is that for a high school kid to be like that with you?
Yeah, well, I've been fortunate, these last three recruiting classes because Reggie and his mother were the same. Lamar and his mother were the same. They were interested in doing things the right way, communicating the right way. They were not interested in making it a circus. And then this time with Juwan and his mother, it was the same thing. That we know where we want to go, we know who we trust, and we think you guys have the best relationship, and we think we want him to come play for you. And I've just been really, really fortunate for not only these three athletes that we've got, these last three, but their moms, also.
Jawan's physical stature is just impressive. He walks in a room and everybody knows.
Yeah.
How much will that help him at this college level?
Well, it helps to be tall, and he's got really big hands because he can make, we had Ryan Mallett, down there, and Ryan was tall. You can see certain things. You can make different types of throws when you're really tall like that. So it's definitely going to help.
Did he or you discuss redshirting? Is that ever brought up?
No,
recruiting?
not at all. We just, we played with three quarterbacks in multiple games this year. So, he's preparing to play. We've spent a lot of time, in the meeting room. It's been fortunate that, he's been around a lot. And we've spent a lot of time. He understands a lot of things that we're doing right now on offense. So, no, he's preparing to come in and help.
What does he need to do to see the field? What are some of the things he needs to do to see the field?
Well, any quarterback has to show they can execute the offense. I mean, that's the thing. Not just him, but any quarterback in the whole country. You have to show that you can execute the offense. And Juwan's not going to have any problem with that. He's a really fast learner. I try to go in, teach him something, and then see if they can tell me what I taught them to see how fast and try to evaluate how fast they can learn. And I really think that one of the first, when Kane came on an unofficial a few years ago, Juwan was with him, and it was an unofficial, junior day type environment. And, we were able to get in the meeting room and start talking ball. And I think that it's really important with a quarterback and a quarterback coach that they understand each other's language, that they really feel like they can learn from the teacher. And I think that's when it all started, that we could potentially get this kid, because I think we had a really good connection in the meeting room, the way we were teaching and the way we were talking with each other.
Beyond Jawan, I mean, you got him some weapons. He's got some wide receivers out there.
That's right, we did. We got really fortunate. We added a lot of depth to a very deep receiving core now, but, they're different. I think Desmond is special, not just his ability, because some people could say Dez is not the biggest or the fastest guy, but Dez understands how to play wide receiver better than any kid, that I've been around on, at that level. That he understands angles, he understands how to manipulate the corner when he's running routes, he understands coverages. We had an extensive conversation in his house about coverages and how he saw coverage, how we saw coverage, and we really had the same type of language that, I could see the kid having a really special career here just because he's as polished as, anybody is on this, on a high school level.
What do you think about his video?
I thought it was great, man. Right after he came, the best part of it is the type of ball that he put up was the best ball. But I thought it was really good. We knew, that it was going to happen. I remember he first told me that it was a Bleacher Report type video. I was going, what are you doing?
Right.
And then when I saw it, and they said they came in and they filmed him getting out of bed and brushing his teeth, and I was going, what is that gonna look like? But then when I saw the video, I thought it was fantastic. Nowadays you can direct message, you can't, text or anything, but I direct messaged him. I was pretty impressed with that video, yeah. And I was more impressed with the ball that he put up at the end.
You got recruits from 10 different states. I
Yeah.
know that your recruiting area is pretty broad. How many of those guys were your primary?
We don't really like to do it like that because, as the offensive coordinator, there's guys being recruited all over that need to talk with me about where we see them, what the future looks like, how we're going to develop them. So I've been in multiple homes all over, so we try to staff and group recruit kids. LD had Jawan pass, that's his school, but because he's a quarterback, it's my responsibility to go in and get him. You know what I mean? So I had Mike Boykins from one of my schools, but he's a defensive lineman, so LD goes in there, spends a lot of time with him, develop a really good relationship with him, make sure that we get him. So that's how we tried to, pull it off.
Got some big backs on the board right there. What's your impression of those guys?
Well, they came to our camp, and our camp is pretty tough on kids. I mean, we pride ourselves on not having the type of camp in the summertime where we're just, testing them and they're standing in long lines and not getting many reps. We feel like if you come to our camp and you pay your money, we're going to coach you hard and we're going to get you better. And most kids spend one session at our camp and they're wore out. And Day was here for a couple of days. And nowadays, big time players like that don't come and spend multiple days at your camp. And we saw Day continue to get better, continue to work. We're really impressed with his work ethic, the way he's going to go out and compete every day and move his big body. I mean, he's probably, we may list him as 238 now, but he's probably about 245 now. So we're really impressed with him. And then Malik, from Atlanta, they're the same. Day's a little bit bigger. Malik may be a little more explosive. So you need those two types of players back there.
Malik,